I love that Ludwig, as soon as he's like now both on YouTube and Twitch, his attitude shifted dramatically towards defending Twitch and maybe even criticizing YouTube. You make me sick, this guy says. Wait, don't ban him that quickly. I want to know why. Can we get to Hentai Reacts where there is live Haas reaction to X-ray vision impregnation? I'm not going to lie. At first I thought, not a big deal. Probably people are exaggerating with respect to like the art, the art nudity drama. Okay. And then I realized, no, it's actually not overblown at all. People saw the meta and people saw that Twitch was making it like, you know, Twitch was making it permissible, and they're maxing out on this shit, dude. They are maxing out. Like in ways that I did not think was even possible. There was a fucking hentai drawing stream at the top of the leaderboard earlier this morning. Someone was doing an 18+ hentai drawing stream. I have a question. What do you have against Persians, or is it just a joke? I'm new here, but as a history college professor, Persia was the shit in the ancient world, way better than the Greeks or Ottomans. Okay, it is a joke. Duh. It's a fucking holdover from when my roommate, when I first started, my roommate was Persian, well, Iranian, and we used to joke about it all the time. I would tell him, like, it was like a weird fake beef that we had where we would talk about how the Ottoman Empire is better than the Persian Empire. Will Neff showed his doll's titties last night. Lol, hilarious. There's a legit nude thumbnail in the recommended stream section. Yeah, I don't know what's happening right now, but it is definitely crazy. Here is Asmongold hitting a fucking hot take. He said, Twitch isn't and has never been a safe space for underage people. Everyone fixates on boob streamers, but the reality is many Twitch streamers cover topics and have conversations that would be wildly inappropriate for minors to be involved in. New Twitch changes are a W. Twitch also is not necessarily a platform for minors in general. If you look at, I remember, I don't know if it was Casey Tron or who was actually posting the overarching like numbers. It's kind of sad when you think about it, but Twitch is actually a much older platform than you would suspect. A lot of people think like, oh, people are watching Ninja play Fortnite. And that's like, that might have been true, but the Twitch platform actually aged. The platform aged across the board. Maybe like when Twitch was in its heyday with the Fortnite stuff, a lot of those people were like 13, 14. But that at this point is like 6 years ago, right? The reality of the matter is YouTube, unironically, is a much younger platform. TikTok is obviously the youngest of the platforms as far as like their main audiences. Twitch, on the other hand, pretty old. You see a lot of people behave as though they are young, and you assume that that's the case. But the age demographics of Twitch users, the largest demographic is the 18 to 24-year-olds, 25 to 32-year-olds, the second largest. And this breakdown is pretty similar to what my audience looks like as well. Do you not think the numbers are fake? Kids aren't exactly signing up to websites to say that they're 15 or whatever. No, of course. Of course. So that is the nature of the beast, though. That is just how the internet works. That is the nature of the beast. Obviously, no matter what age you are, you're also going to be able to find a way around censorship and the safeguards that you have to go directly and watch porn. Right? Online. That's just the reality of the situation. And I myself have thought about what the impact of that might be on a younger audience in general, because I don't know. I didn't grow up in a fucking, unrestricted access to porn period that I could just like access from my phone. When I was in my more formative years, when I was growing up, porn was actually very restricted, maybe too restricted, as a matter of fact. I think that there's a delicate balance there. But having said that, that's just like straight pornography that every child can have access to online immediately and with ease. Whereas like as far as the people being terrified of Twitch demographics in general, especially when this is like at its peak. Take a look at this data detailing Twitch's age demographics in 2020. I wonder where Casey Tron got this information from, but Myth was 16, 17 when he started streaming Fortnite. The kids grew up. Kids nowadays watch TikTok that's full of twerking and ladies fully not clothed. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely broad availability and mass access to all matter of different types of vices online. And I think it's up to the platforms to try to control it as best as they possibly can. But obviously, it's never going to be perfect. And there are certainly going to be young people online that are lying about their age, and that's going to happen. But the goal for platforms in general is supposed to, in general for platforms is to ensure that they are, they're taking the necessary precautions and making sure that there is like very little, there are very little rule breakers, but of course there are going to be people that break the rules. It's like seatbelts. Any manner of regulation, you write the laws for the dumbest person in mind or for the most vulnerable population in mind in general, right? But then there are still going to be people that break those rules and violate the law. However, the goal is to ensure that most people follow it. Most people will, most people don't want to be bothered. As far as I would say vices goes, I've mentioned this already, but as far as vices goes, like sexual content, softcore content, sex work of like a much lighter variety is nowhere near as bad a vice. Like I said, or as is unrestricted, unfettered access to like all matter of hardcore pornography, because it is a gray area as far as like what is damaging to the psyche. Because I feel like there is definitely, it's a cultural phenomena. In America, we are very puritanical. This kind of cultural phenomena doesn't actually, this kind of cultural phenomena surrounding nudity does not exist in European countries, right? Does that make sense? Do you guys understand what I mean? Like, for example, there is literally straight up porno, like pornographic material that you can watch on television in after certain hours. We talked about this on the latest episode of the podcast. Like RTL, a German channel, is one of the channels that I would watch to see boobies back in the day. So there's definitely, we definitely have like a more outdated approach to nudity and pornography. We're way more puritanical. It's super damaging, not really making sense. Bad take, sorry. Porn fucks up young people's brains. I wouldn't be mad if it was all banned all around. It's going to bring more porn brain rot, men and boys. Yeah, I think as far as pornographic material being readily available does contribute to the harm, but the harm is not being done by the porn, if that makes sense. I think that this has been a persistent take of mine on this issue. It's just that the issue starts not with pornography, but instead with patriarchy. The issue starts with a lack of sex ed and appropriate avenues to have these kinds of conversations. And the cultural phenomena of being incredibly puritanical and wanting to control women's bodies specifically. Like, these are all of the major factors. And that's precisely the reason why sexual violence existed before readily available pornographic material. As a matter of fact, it was probably higher, if I'm not mistaken. I've looked at some of these numbers. Since we've tracked things like this, the access to pornography has not directly contributed to more sexual violence, even though it is a correlation and certainly not a causation. There's no causal effect regardless. But you could not say the exact opposite even. Like, you can't say that readily, like, mass consumption and ready availability to pornographic material has led to a spike in sexual violence. Hypocrite? What do you mean? A more tempered approach that requires critical thinking.
I feel like I need to preface
Here,
this
let's
video
listen
by
to MAGA
saying
Mail
Twitch
on the matter,
has had
and then I'll get into it a little bit further.
Awesome PR year, mostly thanks to the man at the top, Dan Clancy. However, this past week, 2 big blemishes on that otherwise great year. The first one was when they got absolutely thrashed by Team YouTube in Dodgeball. Get fucking owned, nerds. Get owned, Hasan. Get owned, idiot.
I'm going to destroy him. We're going to play basketball, and I'm going to put my nutsack on his shoulder. I'm going to put my nutsack on his forehead. This is my goal.
The second one is the news that dropped yesterday on their new update to their terms of service, which they tweeted about here. We've gotten some feedback that our policies around sexual content are unclear, so we've drawn clearer boundaries between what is and is not permitted on Twitch. Okay, great. And we also recognize that not everyone wants to see that type of content, so we're also updating criteria for homepage recommendations. What does this mean, Ludwig? Well, let's read. Previously prohibited content that is now allowed with label is 4 things. 1, content that clearly highlights breasts, butt, or pelvic region. 2, fictionalized, drawn, animated, or sculpted, fully exposed, fully nude, female presenting breasts, genitals, buttocks, regardless of gender. 3, writing on your body for, like, I don't know, thinking a sub or something. And then 4, erotic dances like disrobing, strip teases, or twerking. Okay, whoa, Twitch a bit horny. What is this new update? Why are they just saying, hey, allow all the sexual stuff in the world? Is that it? Is the answer they're horny? No, it's a little bit deeper than that. Now, this does come with a caveat. Any of this content is allowed, but you must label it that it is sexual content, which I believe will probably make it 18 plus, which is really just like a checkbox that says I'm 18 plus. But also, you must also you can no longer be recommended on the homepage, so you'll no longer be here. It's impossible. You won't have any of that, if it's labeled correctly, content on the homepage. It might still be recommended in the sidebar, but that's because there's no thumbnails. It won't be on the homepage. And the question everyone's asking, why? Why come out and be like, yeah, twerk on our website? Are they trying to get like a bunch of OnlyFans streamers? I don't think so. I think the answer is that content moderation is not a scalable business. It's not a good business to be in. You don't want to have to hire more and more people to just look through streams and say, okay, this is okay, but this is not okay, because that's what they've been doing for the past few years and losing. You've probably seen the stories before, but Twitch streamer Amaranth banned for spreading legs on stream. You know, Twitch streamer whoever banned for twerking, and Twitch writes new rules, and then there's new streamers who come along who try to stretch those rules. They get banned, or worse, they don't get banned. Everyone makes a big stink of it on Twitter, and we all move on with our lives. We have seen this cycle happen every few months like clockwork. And I don't think Twitch wants to deal with it anymore. I don't think they want to have to worry about it. They just want to have a firm line in the sand. This is good. This isn't good. They want to, you know, automatically moderate it all and try to have as little PR nightmare as possible. However, that's not exactly what happened. This backfired a little bit today because the takeaway was not, okay, we're trying to draw a line in the sand. It was Twitch now allows artistic nudity following the viral topless meta. And if you don't know what that is, it's this right here. It's literally just someone topless, but they don't show their breasts. And at one point, I think she made her breasts clap. So anyway, the other takeaway,
I think it's journalistic malpractice, not the show, but to simply tell. I will say it. I think that MAGA males' standards of journalism have diminished over the course of the past couple of years. Back in the day, you would show, not tell. MAGA male now simply tells, doesn't show. Unethical, terrible standard. You have to change this. You have to change this, okay? Yeah. No, I think, you know, I'm going to keep criticizing it. I won't show it to you right now because I've shown it already. Let's continue.
Ways from this update. You can now twerk, grind, and pole dance on Twitch. 21 million views. We'll be streaming more, says Tommy Innit. Noted. You're finally free at Nick A30. Okay, you guys all have the same fucking joke. Okay, good job, streamers. And that's everyone's takeaway, is that we're allowed to fucking get crazy on this website, which has resulted in people, either jokingly or not, doing exactly that. Here is Nim today in the art channel drawing a very vascular penis.
That's still, like, it still weirds me out because it's like, I want to not show that, right? Because in my mind, I'm still operating with the former boundaries, which, that's a great cock, by the way. Good job. Good job, the Nim. So in my mind, I'm looking at that, I'm like, oh, no, I showed that. But then I remember, again, it's actually not bad that this is now, there's more of an allowance for things such as this, because it would have been ridiculous to get banned for something like that.
All right. If you went to the art channel at any point over the past 24 hours, you will probably see, this is all blurred out, obviously, a lot of nude art. VTubers specifically were also going a bit crazy, just going fully nude, because they were like, well, this is technically animated. Does that mean I can just be a nude VTuber now? I won't go to the art section right now, but I'm looking at it, and I can tell you a lot of boobs, a lot of butts, a lot of breasts, okay? And then there was this clip, which I cannot show you, but I'm just going to play it.
Please, God, show us what Dan Clancy has done.
Audio experience.
Good. Well, come on, Dan.
Really? Yeah, a little.
And that is Pay Money Wubby screaming at a naked anime girl. Okay, that's obviously not what this new update was trying to do. I think this is people limit testing the update, and
they are limit testing it, and it's like, I'll know it when I see it type situation. Okay, but the topic of moderation, how about like news then? How do you do news on Twitch, do you think? I do it how I do it right now. What do you mean?
And the people who are limit testing it, like streamer Marina, who went fully nude in the VTuber model, this is blurred out with emojis, are fucking around in finding out that that's not the goal. The goal is not to have more porn or nudity on Twitch. It is to moderate less, to either automatically moderate or make moderation easier for already existing mods. And you might be thinking, well, Ludwig, that's dumb. They should just have more moderators. But is it? Because that's not how YouTube works, right? Everyone is freaking out, and there's discussions about, is this good for the kids? This is a kid's website. We can't have nudity on here. Yeah. Oh, it's actually okay. It should be an 18+ website. YouTube, a website way more for kids, I would argue, has just as bad, if not worse, stuff on the website.
Yeah.
In terms of nudity, drug paraphernalia, all types of shit. All right? It won't be on the homepage. I'll tell you what, you go to the home.
I loved it, Ludwig. As soon as he's like now both on YouTube and Twitch, his attitude shifted dramatically towards defending Twitch and maybe even criticizing YouTube. You make me sick, this guy says. Wait, don't ban him that quickly. I want to know why. Like, they also might be joking. You know what I mean? That's like such a ridiculous thing to say. Right? Like, look, he's got wonderful opinions. His opinion on Southeast Asian illegal immigration to the U.S. Bum. You make me sick. He's got good takes. Let's hear it. Southeast Asian immigration into the U.S. is funny to specify, like.
Page is all squeaky clean, but there are a lot of things that won't make it to the homepage. All right, I'm not telling you to look this up, but there is a nude yoga section on YouTube that is crazy. I pulled up a couple of channels here to highlight it.
A big part of this also stems from, okay, whoa, what's that? Piano song cover nude, what the fuck? A big part of this also stems from, like, kind of pointing in the direction of it. And because it's a meta, because it's like a big-ass meta, right? And I don't mean like the meta is hot tubs. I mean like calling Twitch out for nudity is the meta, right? That people point to it, which unironically ends up like giving it a brief moment of interest, like renewed interest, and it blows it up a little bit. People take advantage of that. Twitch comes in, moderates with a heavy hand, normalizes it once again, and then people don't think about it. They Streisand effect it for a little bit, but that's it. What Ludwig is doing here and what Ludwig is talking about here is actually the truth. It's just like, you know, there's full buttholes on YouTube. We've all seen that video, right? What? Oh, shit. Kaya, get out of there. Oh, no. No. Get out. Oh, my God. Get out of there. Oh, dumbass. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, okay. We're good. We're good. I think we're good. Holy shit. She just ran up to the window. My mom was like near the window and then ran back and pulled like half of my cables. Insane. Okay, let's continue.
This one I think is really fun. It's called Pan Piano. We talked about it on the yard before. But it's
Okay.
it's this woman who just cosplays in very, very lewd costumes and then just plays the piano in the video.
It's not even lewd. What the fuck? This one is...
And then a little bit more obvious is this yoga instructor. And like, this isn't yoga. We can call a spade a spade. All right, click the video. The first thing you're going to see, OnlyFans logo. Let's just call a spade a spade. This shit exists on YouTube. All right, and it's not like it exists and nobody's watching it. Most viewed video, 11 million views, 5 million views. Okay, that's a lot of damn views here on YouTube for stuff that people would consider not for kids. But YouTube has a very good content moderation system. They automatically flag it 18+. It's no longer recommended in the homepage and won't be mixed in with advertiser-friendly content, which is, I think, the end game that Twitch wants to reach. They don't have to deal with drawing lines in the sand further and further because different streamers are limit testing the rules they've written in the past. They just want to say, here's what you can do, here's what you can't do. Just fucking tag your shit and let us know when it's going to be a bit sexual so we can get you out of the way for advertiser-friendly stuff and let's move on with our lives. Now, will it actually work, or will people start getting more sexual on the website and it will become basically a knockoff OnlyFans? Time will tell. I doubt it will get to that point because I think for the most part, people still like what is the regular content on Twitch, playing video game or just chatting. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe the topless meta will take over and everybody who is at the top will have to go topless. We'll see. But for now, I think it makes sense why Twitch did that. And
Yeah, it's the Streisand effect. We end up doing this every time. We've done this cycle so many times. Okay? How's your content dog doing? Content dog reacts? What, Kaya is my content dog? Really? That's my child. How dare you? If Hasan did a topless stream, he's getting 100K viewers per stream. Yeah, probably. I could have always done a topless stream, though. I'm a man, and I have male-presenting nipples, which has never been not allowed. So, I think that the only reason why like everyone is hyper-focusing on this is because everyone is hyper-focusing on it, and it's a meta. It's a meta. That's how it works. The meta itself is that Twitch is allowing nudity. There's a reason why nobody talks about Kick and the nudity that Kick allows, because it's not as fashionable, right? I mean, they were showing straight up pornography to children. They were also quite literate, which I think Kick probably has a younger audience too, given the content creators on there. And then also on top of that, there was like actual acts of sex that was not just like being played out, but literally acts of sex on Kick. And since then, I mean, there's plenty of hot tub streamers on Kick as well, but nobody ever talks about it because like it's more fashionable to talk about it when we're talking about Twitch and its nudity. Yeah, he might literally got his dick sucked on stream on Kick. Yes.